1460 to order. At this time, I would like to welcome the online viewers. Agenda meeting number 1457 is in front of you. Are there any additions to the agenda?
Well, I have something for new business. I need to add in a motion regarding our municipal capital works funding applications.
All right, thank you. All right, minutes, regular meeting number 1459 are presented. Are there any errors or omissions? Hearing none, can I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Hancock, seconded by Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Business arising from the minutes. Is there any business arising from the minutes? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. Is there any new business tonight?
Yeah, so municipal affairs. Oh, sorry. What did you say?
Sorry, I just asked if there's new business.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I do have this one. So it's regarding our municipal capital works funding, and municipal affairs requires a motion with respect to our capital works funding applications. So I just want to make that motion. So it resolved that the town of Deer Lake complete municipal capital works funding applications for the projects listed below with the intention of starting said projects in 2024. Garden Road, water sewer, curb gutter, sidewalk, and pavement for $1,843,508. Deer Lake Lagoon upgrades for $5,685,600. Riverbank Road rehabilitation, $2,984,940. Lift station upgrades, Whites Road, $2,760,778. And lift station upgrades, Spillway, $584,955. Yeah, motion to accept.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Hancock, seconded by Deputy Mayor Young. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Moving on to correspondence. MAA, supplementary assessments. That's for your information. Canadian Cancer Society, one night stand. It's for your information. Settler Disability Employee Awareness Month. There's a proclamation. Okay, we've signed that. Okay. Item number 4, JW Consulting Associates Accessibility Plan for your information. That concludes correspondence. We shall move on to reports. Finance, Councillor Freak, please.
This week at Finance, it was myself, Town Manager Jason Young, Town Clerk Lori Humphreys, Recreation Director Glenn Wiseman, and he was just present for a Red Wings presentation. Item number 1 was we met with the Deer Lake Red Wings to review sponsorship for the season. Item number 2 was the regasket of the heat recovery air exchanger for the Hodder, $19,995, recommended approval. Item number 3 is the severance funds, and we've got some GIC options here, and we are recommending a 2-year at 5.75%. Item number 4, crosswalk flashing signs for $26,847, budget item, recommended approval. And number 5, the Deer Lake Regional Search and Rescue Grant, and recommended approval. I'll make a motion to accept the report.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Deputy Mayor Young. Call for question.
I guess, yeah, for me, just number 1, I guess some information, will come back following that, or just in terms of what they presented, what the review is, you guys will bring it back, or?
Yep, so we are going to we've collected information from them. We're going to collect information from Glenn, and we told him that because we're gone to the M&L conference this week, we'll get back to it, sit as a full council, discuss what we want to do this year, and go from there.
Sure,
Yep.
Sounds good. Thank you.
It was just information collection. Yep.
Okay. Item number 4, Jason, is that for this season, or is that expected for? I can just question. I know Councillor Fitzgerald wanted to add more as well, or recommend it.
No, that were the ones that were budgeted for 2023.
Okay.
So they do plan to be erected this fall.
Okay,
and
nice.
then the goal is once we get into budget 2024, is we're going to order probably 3 or 4 more.
Okay, perfect.
Did they arrive?
I have to understand, yes, they arose, and they're being put into the work schedule now.
Okay.
Public Works has some pavement patching and some sidewalks to be repaired, but yeah, the plan is to put them in
Good.
before snow falls, if anyone can predict when that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, perfect. That's great. More the better for safety for community. All right, do we have a mover, seconder, question? Any more questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. On to accounts payable. Councillor Freak, please.
Accounts payable for October the 19th, items number 1 through 4, with nobody stepping out this evening. For the amount of 52,815 cents, I make a motion to pay the invoices.
All right, moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Deputy Mayor Young. Call for question. Hearing, I just got one on 26 topsoil. What was that used in multiple? Was that rec and PW?
Yes, that was multiple, and it was from the quote we had, I guess, from the standing offer for supplies. So that was in various areas through town, not just one project.
Okay, perfect.
I had just one as well. Number 16, is that just for the auction surveys, or is there more there as well?
No, that's just action surveys.
And back to my question, sorry.
All that is recouped through the auction.
Gotcha.
I was just wondering if...
So that piece can be added on to something, like we get that amount, like you say.
Yeah, that goes on to their account. And
Oh, okay.
when we do the action, that is part of the whole reserve.
Gotcha, okay.
Just wondering going forward, I know we don't have domes or anything to keep things dried out, but is that something that we could actually keep on in stock? Or
What
is
is
that something that we're just buying as is?
What,
Yeah. Reason I ask, because I noticed, and I do note, that every year topsoil becomes a much more valuable product. And just, it's changing much more like gravel would it, to my knowledge. But
Yeah, you're right, and right now, I'm not aware of anywhere that we have that could store it, because, I mean, the problem is, yeah, if you have it and don't utilize it in the
Yeah.
short term, it's, the integrity of it gets broken down, but it is something to definitely look at, because part of beautification, and we do have, not only do we sod now, but we have the hydro seeder, but a lot of that becomes, we gotta have the rich nutrient soil to put it on, so it could be something we could look at, future budgets that store, a certain amount,
yeah.
Yeah.
and find out what it is, because it'll become a commodity that if you don't have it, you're going to dearly pay for it.
Yeah, and my mindset is just, I guess, beautification, more.
Yeah.
But how do we save, right? So-
Well, that's the other thing. If you're ordering
Buy in
like
bulk, buy in
one,
bulk.
if you're buying one and then one and then one, as opposed to like going out and getting prices, he might shave off $30-40 a load. Who knows?
Yeah.
Just a note, we kind of chatted about the standing order for topsoil, but talking about like the improvements and beautification, how we're doing the properties of the week, trying to really get back to the community improvements piece. Maybe if we get some people really putting a focus next year on like adopting a spot. So if we get a standing order for flowers for a certain area, like we seen on Commerce Street, there's other areas in towns, benches, trees planting, and then if they want to come together and do an area that they can pay for and that we can kind of get done, what a beautification with a community input, I think would be something that would be really nice for next season.
Definitely.
I
I mean,
have
they're
to say,
notable, right?
Commerce Street too, now, I guess this is the 4th year? Fifth
third
year?
or fourth, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's really looking amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Coming together.
kinda
Yes,
growing in and
yes.
coming into its own.
Sure.
And especially with the going into fall, it's a great job.
We had a resident, Mrs. Legg, who had a couple of things to donate this year, but due to timing, staff, she had to go for surgery, but it would have been some really nice like fall cabbages kind of to put in there. So anyway, but she had a great, again, offering of products. So I want to thank her for that, but we never got around to getting that in the ground.
And I think that's, sorry, key point is the more that council does, back to your point, is it's engaging the public to want to get involved,
Absolutely.
right? So it's
true.
all good.
And it does make sense, Mayor, too, because with the topsoil, just back to that, we do still have the area between Garden Road and Main Dam Road, that triangle that we want to beautify, but because we're, still in the process of having the upgrades completed on Main Dam Road, we haven't really engaged in doing anything, but it does, pose, maybe every year we should pick an area.
Yeah.
Because it is, we do have our students, and we don't usually look for people to maintain the property. We just usually look for donations of, in kind or materials, because we have found in the past it's much easier for the town to actually maintain it and rely on other individuals or groups. But it is something council can certainly consider, and even go out to the public and look at other areas that they feel that probably could use some beautification. Because it does, like I said, Commerce Street and these areas, it goes a long way in terms of our community pride as well.
Absolutely, and I can say this in full, without asking anyone, that we all want to be proud of our community, so the more the better.
Yeah.
All right, questions, comments, concerns, all those in favor? Motion carried. Moving on to Rec, Deputy Mayor Young or Councillor Hancock?
Yes. Just one sec here. Okay, yeah, Recreation met October 12th. And in attendance was myself, Deputy Mayor Melanie Young, Director of Recreation Community Services Glenn Wiseman, Town Manager Jason Young. Number one is actually being deferred until, perhaps until the next public meeting, so that all council can have a chance to read over the particular audit details. So we're going to defer that one. Senior hockey, the anticipated return of senior hockey home opener will take place on November 3rd and 4th, with Deer Lake Red Wings playing the Cornerbrook Royals on November 3rd at home in Deer Lake, and the Deer Lake Red Wings playing the Grand Falls Cataracts on November 4th at home in Deer Lake. Bonfire night will take place on November 5th in Swords Park. The Recreation Committee would like to thank all of the volunteers and businesses that make this night successful and possible. Zombie Walk and Squeals on Wheels. The Recreation Department's annual Zombie Walk will take place on October 27th, leaving the Recreation Complex at 6 p.m. to meet up with the Salvation Army Trunk or Treat in the Salvation Army parking lot at 7 p.m. Also on that evening, there has been interest from residents to offer a Squeals on Wheels bike ride for Halloween. Confident bike riders will meet at the Recreation Complex at 5 p.m. dressed in costumes and helmets to travel a designated route through Deer Lake and meet back at the Recreation Complex parking lot. And then they'll meet up essentially with the Zombie Walk and walk over to the Trunk or Treat. And we will be accepting donations at this time for the Deer Lake Food Bank, who are in need, so let's try to do that for sure. Spooky Trail Walk, Pumpkin Walk. The Recreation Department will be hosting a pumpkin walk again this year after the great success from last year. The walk will take place Thursday, November 2nd at 6 p.m. at the Highway 430 entrance of the Humber River Walking Trail. And the meeting adjourned at 9:45 a.m. Motion to accept the report as presented.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Hancock, seconded by Deputy Mayor Young. Call for question. Hearing just one quick one. The food, we will be accepting donations at the time. The Deer Lake Food Bank, okay, that's good. And that's advertised in your, right?
Yep.
It's all advertised, okay, good. One quick question off note, and I guess this probably goes back to health and wellness, so maybe it's on the report, but the walking trail lighting plan. I know all materials in. Is that timeline still for this season?
Nuclear Power, we're waiting on them for a pole and power.
Yeah.
So that request has been put in, they've been up to the pole to replace, so we're just waiting on them.
The pole's there now, as far as I know.
Yeah, I've seen it there.
Then it's,
So it's just a matter of power and then,
the electrician should be,
okay,
except for other jobs around town.
yeah,
The electrician should be installing that. The other equipment is ordered, so we should have that.
okay,
Do you have
sounds
the
good.
lights, the Edison lights?
It was all ordered through supply.
Perfect,
Lighting.
thank you. All right, any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried, thank you. On to Health and Wellness, Deputy Mayor Young, please.
Health and Wellness met October 17th, 2023. In attendance, myself, Mayor Guzny, Councillor Hancock, and Town Clerk Lori Humphrey. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. The first one's Bridge the Gap. That's our year-long series that we've been engaging the community in terms of connecting seniors to youth We have 4 sessions still remaining as planned for this year. 2 bottling sessions. The next one will be partridge berry jam, I think with Robbie Coles. And a second bottling session, quilting, and then ice fishing. Move more, stress less. We have some indoor events coming up here now as we kind of change seasons a little bit. So we have Karen Brown. She's going to do some easy dancing / exercise sessions at Elwood Elementary, October 26th, November 2nd, 9th, 16th, from 7 to 8. And all abilities and all are welcome. Appreciation Night 2.0. This is our annual recognition of our local healthcare team and healthcare providers. Last year we had a bit of a kind of cocktail party gala at the motel, so we're going to change it up a little bit this year. We're looking at maybe a Name That Tunes 80 style. We have the Legion booked for November 15th. We're getting the invitations, and that are all ready. I do have the list of all the providers, so the invitations are ready to go out. Clergy Appreciation Month was, of course, this October. As we all know, clergy are our original community builders. So baskets were done up both by Gordon and Shelley Wells, who baked her own focaccia bread, was it? Something super fancy. And they were all sent out last week, so they looked really nice, and it was certainly well received by the local clergy. Committee member shirts, we're just looking at getting some t-shirts and some hats as we go into the winter to recognize members, especially community members of the Health and Wellness Committee when we're at certain events. And finally, the Christmas Lights Tour. This is looking at renting a bus. Initially, I don't know if we decided on, but initially for seniors. We'll be picking some days, and basically it's just a tour around town to look at Christmas lights. We'll ask the community to turn the lights on for the seniors as we do that, followed by hot chocolate, music, and things at the stadium lobby. So I think that's it. So I move that we accept the minutes of the Health and Wellness, October 17th.
All right, thank you. Moved by Deputy Mayor Young, seconded by Councillor Hancock. Call for question.
Yeah.
Did you want, I don't have it on there, but did you want to speak of the skate that we had Saturday night and how there's going to be another one?
Oh yeah, for sure. So this past Saturday we had kind of a soft launch of the lending library at the Hodder. It's awesome. We have, I'm not sure how many, 10 pairs of hockey skates, the same in figure skates and helmets, all there to lend out to anybody who doesn't have those things and want to participate. So on Saturday past, we had kind of an open skate to anyone who wanted to come down. We had the lovely Sonny Simmons there to give instruction to anyone who didn't know how to skate. It went over really, really well. We had a lot of first-time skaters, which was wonderful. And we had our first donations to the lending library. We had a lady donate 2 pairs of skates and a helmet to the lending library, so it's growing already. It was wonderful. And there's a second session dated for when, Lori?
November 10th, I believe.
November.
It's a little bit later, it's going to be 8:30 and 9:30.
Yeah. So same thing, open to anyone who's wants to try skating, wants to try figure skating, who's hockey skated their whole life, anything. Yeah, come on down.
Is there is there a reason we haven't seen any pictures of such from the event? Was there any wipeouts? I just gotta ask.
Oh, I can't. I do have pictures. Yeah, I forgot to post.
No, but I'm. Was everybody good? Nobody got hurt? All was well.
No, that's good.
One gentleman put on skate for the first time in 40 years.
Nice.
It was grandson, and then we had
Yeah.
2 teenagers, I think they were 15 and 16, that came to try it out.
Yeah.
And skate before, so.
Yeah, it's
So
really
little
good.
kids.
Could
Yeah.
you talked about the next session being late? Could you do an early session, like with the rec staff, like during the days, like for the senior skate
It's all good stuff. You're going to get people out, and it's a grant from the provincial government, which is even better. And the deputy mayor never had to go to work in her day job on the ice, so
No.
even
no.
better.
And I skated, so it was
There you go.
bad. I needed the help. Yeah, no, it was really good. And the lending libraries are just awesome. I think, well, everybody in this room, they just love the idea of anyone who wants to participate can, and it's not about, you know, access or that type of thing. Anyone who wants to participate has the opportunity to, and that's what it's all about.
Awesome stuff. All right, thank you. Any more comments, questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Before we call for an adjournment, at this part of the meeting, we usually add additions of the mayor's report. That opens up the floor to anyone. Is there anything anybody'd like to add tonight? Prior to, I guess, anyone that's online, for online viewers, you notice a difference in the absence of our three councillors. Unfortunately, they've had prior commitments and other commitments that they couldn't make it here tonight, and I can guarantee you they'd be wearing their jerseys the same as we all would here for now, for a tribute to a young child that's unfortunately passed at the age of 7. So to Lincoln's parents, family and friends, and the hockey community within this province, we send our sincerest condolences, and we're thinking about you, and know that this province is pulling around you at this time. So with that said, if there's anything else for business that anyone would like to add, if not, we'll call for an adjournment. I'll call for a mover to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Freak at 7:59. Meeting is now adjourned.